Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to be exploring React Redux Toolkit, which is a pretty popular global state management library for React applications. So previously, Redux was introduced, so it is widely used in React application and with other JS framework also. So before Redux, global state management library was used to manage state globally in our React application. Then React Saga and React Thunk introduced. And finally, there is a new library which name is Redux Toolkit. So in this video, we will be talking about Redux Toolkit and what is the advantage of it rather than the core Redux. So Redux Toolkit is a open source global state management library which is built top of Redux library. So it reduces the Redux boilerplate code, but the core concept is same. In this block diagram, we can understand how Redux Toolkit is working. So whenever we need to access a state from a component, we either use prop dealing or event emitter. So Redux Toolkit has a global store. So whichever state we need to use in other component or we need to access it from other components, we store in a global store. We use dispatch. We dispatch actions to modify that. So we dispatch actions to modify the data inside store. To access the data from the store, we use selector hook. So that is the two things. To modify the data, we use dispatch, and to access the data, we use selector hook. So store is consist of multiple slices. So slices is a small portion of a code for a component where we store the state respected to that component only. So let's say, for example, we have a cart slice where we need to store all of our cart data. So let's say cart list, total items and total quantity. So this slice is consist of two things. First is initial state, where we need to define the states, and the reducers, that are the list of functions to update the state. So that is the two things that make a slice. And store can be consist of multiple slice. So there can be a product slice where we need to store all of our product list. Okay. So this is the main concept. So store is consist of multiple slice, and one slice consists of two things, as one is initial state and other thing is reducers, which is nothing but functions to update the initial state. To update the data in the store, we dispatch the actions which we define in the reducers. So we dispatch the actions actually update the store. And with the use of use selector hook, we can access the latest data from the store. And one advantage use selector hook give us is, whenever the data is updated in the global store, automatically it fetch the data and update the component. So it will be a real-time update. So let's see how it will work in real life. So we will be creating this tutorial project to understand Redux concept. So in this project, we have two components. One is products, where we have all the list of products, and there is another component which is cart list, where we will be adding some products and listed out in the cart items. So we can clear the cart in here, and we can add multiple products, as you can see, and the cart items quantity will be real time updated. And if we go to view all, then you will find out the two products and their quantity and the total price. We can also delete some items in here, and if we go to the previous component, as you can see here, the quantity is also updated. We can also clear the cart from here, and if we go to view all, you can see cart items list also cleared. Okay, so this is the project we are going to be building. So first we need to create a React project. We will be using Byte to create React project. Then we will be install React router to navigate from component to component. So in here we have these products. Then if we go here, this will be cart items. So for this we need to install React router. Then we need to install React Redux Toolkit to managing the global state. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. So first, let's create a React application. npm create Byte at the. So let's create a React application with Byte. So we'll be naming our project Redux Cart. We'll be using React and we'll be using JavaScript. So let's go into Redux Cart, and So this is the Redux cart and run npm install. So if we go to package.json, you can see here we have the latest React 18. Okay, so npm install is run. Open this. So let's open this directory. So code dot. So now we are inside Redux cart. Okay, so let's close this. So we need to install some libraries also, like React Router 6. So npm install React Router. So we will be installing some libraries. So first is React Router DOM, then Redux Toolkit, then we need also React Redux to use the hooks inside our React functional components. So let's install this. So let's run npm run dev. Okay, so let's open it. So this is our React. So this is our white React project, and we have this count component. Okay, so let's ready our components. So this will be our components. Okay, so let's see which components we need. So we have a navbar component which is reused in 2 components. So we will create a navbar, then we will have a component named products and one component named cart. Okay, so let's build that. So for styling we will be using Bootstrap, so we need to also install Bootstrap in here. So let's do that. Npm install Bootstrap. So it will install latest Bootstrap 5. Okay, so now we need to also include the Bootstrap CSS file. So go to source and index.css. So this is our main global CSS file. So we will clear all of this and import Bootstrap CSS file. So let's do that. Node modules, Bootstrap, distribution CSS and Bootstrap CSS or Bootstrap min.css. Okay, so we have imported the CSS file because JS will not work inside here. Next, go to main.js and this is our app.js. So what we will do, we will clear all of this. So this is the app.js and we need to also delete all of this. Okay, we need to also clear this. Okay, so this is our clean React.js project. We have this main.jsx where we have this React DOM create root. Then we have this app.js main component. Okay, so in this source directory we will create a folder and we will create our components, that is navbar, product and cart. So let's create it, components, and inside here first component will be navbar.jsx rfc. Okay, then new file will be products.jsx rfc products, and another will be cart j6 rfc. Okay, so our 3 components are ready. Now we will be implementing the route. So go to app.jsx. So inside here, because navbar will be common for all of this, so we will be sending navbar. Okay, then we need to also rendering the other components in here. So outlet, which will be imported from React Router DOM. Okay, and we need to create a file where we will be defining all of our routes. So routes.js. Okay, rename this. So route.jsx. So rafce. Okay, So first we need to create a array of our router. So first we need to create a array of routes. Okay, so let's name this router config. Okay, so inside here we will be having a object and it consists of a path. So path will be root, then element will be app element. So app, that is this app.jsx. Then we will have children's. Okay, so children will have subroutes. Okay, so let's do that. Path will be index. So for index we will be using empty. Then element will be, first is product. So product list will be our index page, and there will be a second route named cart items. Okay, so this will be cart. Okay, so we have a spelling mistake in here, that's why it is not importing. So products, and it will be products. Okay, so let's auto import it. Okay, so we have imported it in here. So then we will be using use routes hook from React router DOM to create dynamic routes, and we will be passing router config, and at the end we will be passing this router. Okay, so routes is ready. Then we need to also define it in our main application. So we need to define it our main.jsx. So instead of rendering this app component in here, we need to defining the routes. Okay, so first is, so we need to defining the route. We need to also wrap it inside browser route. So browser router, and in here we need to define our router. Okay, so routes. Okay, so routes will be coming from this routes.tsx, not React router DOM. Okay, so where we are defining our routes. So let's do this. So our route configuration is done. So let's test this in pm run dev. Okay, so let's open this. Okay, so we have our navbar. Then if we go to cart items, spelling mistake. Okay, so navbar and cart. Okay, so let's copy the navbar from our already built project. Okay, because it is a normal HTML, we can copy it. So go to inspect. Okay, so you can see here, this is the root. You just need to copy container navbar. So this is the navbar element. So it is a normal HTML code, nothing fancy here. So that's why we can copy it. So copy the element, and we need to go to navbar and paste it in here. Okay, let's format the document. Okay, so React Redux project, this is the button and this is the span. Okay, so you can see here our navigation component is there. So let's copy also this page HTML, then we can make it dynamic later. So we can go to container, copy element, and into product we can paste it in here. Okay, format document. Okay, so this is the, okay, we have two containers in here, we do not need to. Okay, so you can see here, this is the product title, we have the cart items and a button and this. So let's see how the page is looking right now. Back, refresh. Okay, you can see here, so it is a static page, not dynamically render, and also this will not work. Okay, because it is a normal HTML code. So now we need to convert this link to Redux router link. Okay. So we have an anchor tag in here. We cannot use that. We need to use link, which will be coming from React router DOM, and instead of href we will be using 2. Okay. So let's go to cart and we will do same. So go to view all, and this is the cart component. You can see here. Let's copy it. So it is a normal pure HTML element, so we can copy this. So add some item. Okay, so that let's copy it, copy element, and inside here we will paste it. Format the document, and you can see here we have 2 containers. We do not need 2 containers. Okay, and instead of instead of anchor tag we need to use link tag. Okay, so link and it will be 2. Okay, link. So okay, so let's go to page. Okay, so this is our project. So let's see if navigate is. So you can see here our navigate is working. Okay, now we need to make this component dynamic and also integrate the Redux store. So we will be creating 2 store. So first will be for product component and another will be our cart item list. Okay, so let's do that. So into source directory we will be creating a folder named store. So inside store we will be creating a store.js file. In here we will be creating the global store. So first we need to import the configure store from Redux Toolkit, and then we need to create a store and export that. And in this store we will be defining all of our reducers. So let's create our first and in this reducer we will be defining the reducer from different slices. So first create a new slice. So first will be product slice. So product slice dot js. Okay, so first we need to import the create slice function, and then we need to create a slice. So slice consists of a name. So first we need to define the name of the slice. So it will be product. Then we have 2 components, that is initial state and reducers. Because product slice will only store the list of product, we will not have any reducers. So for initial state we will be entering some demo data. So for initial state we will be entering some demo data. So let's enter some demo data. Okay, so this is our product slice. Now we need to export the reducers so that we can enter it in our global store. Product slice dot reducers. Although we do not have any reducers, but we need to export it and also add it in our store. Okay, so let's name it product, and in here we will be importing the product reducer. Okay, so product reducer. Okay, and this product reducer will be imported from product slice. Okay, so we have created so for now we have created a slice. We defined some initial data. Okay, and we also exported the slice reducer and added inside our store. Okay, and the most important thing is we need to also pass this store as a global context. So in main.jsx on the root of our application, we need to pass the store as a context so that we can access this store from any other components in our React application. So for that we need to pass it in a provider. So provider from React Redux store will be store. Okay, so this is our global store. Let's close this, and we need to wrap it inside our routes. Okay, so we have created the global store and also passed the store inside provider. So now we can access this store from any other components. Okay, so let's go to product.js, and inside here we can access it via this. So use selector from React Redux, then we need to access the state, and from state we can access the product. Okay, so product will be this. Okay, so because we have named this inside here product, okay, not product reducer. Now we can store it inside a variable. So product store, okay, like this. And this product store we can now loop a component, and from this product store we can access the product list. Okay, so let's do that. We do not need below components. Okay, so we will be running a map. So product store dot product list dot map, and inside map we will be mapping every element. Okay, so let's do this. So Cadbury will be e.name. Okay, so let's name this product. So in here we will be accessing all the products, so it will be product.name and product.price. Okay, simple thing. Okay, so let's see how it is looking. Okay, let's refresh it. You can see here nothing has changed. Okay, so all of our list component, so all of our list data is here. Okay, so you can also install Redux Dev Toolkit to see the global store. So if we go there, if we click on state, you can see here we have this one product slice, and inside here we have this store product list. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now we will be creating a cart slice for this cart list item. Okay, so go to store, and inside here we need to create a cart slice .js component, and inside here we will be doing the same. So let's copy it from product slice. On initial state it will be empty array, so it will be cart list. So it will be cart list, total price and total quantity, and this will name as cart. Okay, and in the reducers we need to add some functions to modify this state, like adding items in the cart, removing items from the cart. So adding some items in the cart, removing some items from the cart, and vice versa. Okay, so let's do that. So let's create our first reducer function, so which will be add items. So add item, which is a arrow function. So in this arrow function we can access the state and the action. Okay, so in this actions.payload we can also grab the data which is passed during dispatch. Okay, so in this item what we will do, first we need to check the cart list if the item is existed or not. So that's why we need state cart list, and we find that element id, and with the help with the passing data, that is action payload id. Okay, and if the item is exist, we will increase the count, otherwise we will push the newly item into the cart. So if the item exists, we will be pushing, so we will be getting that item and increase the quantity, otherwise we will push that item inside that cart, otherwise we will be pushing that item inside this cart. Okay, next we need to create another reducer to remove the item. Okay, so delete item, and inside here we will be just removing that item index. So state cart list that array, then splice action payload /1. Okay, so this actions payload is the data that will be passing during the dispatch. Okay, then we will have another reducer to reset the cart. So in here we will be reset the cart. So to reset cart, we just define that variable to empty array, total price is to 0 and total quantity is 0. Okay, now we whenever we need to add some item or delete item, we need to also calculate the total price. Okay, so for that we will be creating a helping function. So for that we will be creating a helping function. Okay, this will be product slice, not product slice, this will be cart slice. Okay, cart slice. Okay, and inside here you can see we have a helper function, which is what it is done is we will be passing the array of items, and with the help of for each loop we will be calculating the total price and the total quantity and returning the total price and total quantity, and this is a independent function. Okay, so now we can use this function in here also. So let's run this function, and we will be passing the array. So in this case it will be state cart list. Okay, and it will be returning two things which we can destructure. Okay, total price and total quantity, and then we need to also update the total price and quantity. Okay, so let's state dot total price is equal to total price, and state total quantity will be the total quantity. Okay, and we will be doing the same thing whenever we deleting some items. Okay, so that we can always get the total price and total quantity. So our reducer functions is ready. So add item, delete item, and also reset cart. Next we need to add this cart slice into our store. So let's add this cart is equal to cart slice, sorry, okay, cart is equal to cart reducer. Okay, and we need to import in here. Okay, import cart reducer from dot slash cart slice. Okay, so we have attached our carts reducer. So we have attached our cart reducer inside store. Okay, so let's go to cart slice again, and we export the cart reducer, and because we have this reducer we need to also export this function so that we can import inside our component and dispatch this function. Okay, so let's export it. So we need to also export so let's export from cart. So export from cart slice dot actions, and in here add item, delete item, and reset cart. So we need to export all of these reducer functions. Okay, save it. Okay, cart slice actions, sorry, const. Okay, so we have exported this reducer and we have exported this functions. Okay, the reducer is attached to that store, and we can import these actions inside our component. Okay, so let's go to product component. So in here we have this button for clear cut, so let's do that first. On click. Okay, so in here we'll be dispatching. Okay, so in here we'll be dispatching this action. So first we need to create a dispatcher. So dispatch which will be coming from React Redux. Okay, and then we can use this dispatch. Do not like use this directly in here like this. Always create a function and then dispatch it. Okay, so add item, and inside here we will passing so dispatch reset cart, and we will be dispatching this event, and we will be dispatching this action. Okay, we will be doing the same thing for add to cart. Okay, on click, dispatch add to cart, so add item, and in here we will be passing the JSON object, so in our case product. Okay, so let's pass the product. Okay, and we are accessing this product JSON data inside this add item. So if we go to cart slice, you can see here this will be inside this action.payload. Okay, so this action.payload.id.price and other kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go to our front-end application. So this is our application. So let's add some item to the cart. Okay, let's see the store. Okay, let's see the store. If we go to cart, so if we go to cart list, you can see here we have 2 items inside our cart, and the total price is 140 and quantity is 3, because we have one thing, because we have 3 things. Okay, so inside this cart state, you can see here we have this cart list, and in here we have 3 items. Okay, let's close this, and you can see here the items number is not increased in here. If we go to view all, there is no but in here the number is not updated because we do not render the total items. Okay, so let's do that. Products, we will be grabbing this product store. Okay, cart store, and it will be cart. Okay, so from this cart store we can access the cart items. Okay, so cart store dot total quantity. Okay, total quantity, it will be like this. Okay, so let's see. So yes, we have this clear cart 0. Okay, so cart items is ready. We can also destructure the total quantity in here rather than using this way. Okay, so it will be like this, and product list. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, so total quantity. Okay, so let's see in here clear cut. Okay, it is working. Okay, so finally we need to also do the same inside cart component. So let's go to cart, and inside here we will be accessing the cart store. So we need the total quantity, cart list, total price. So we need all of these 3 things. Okay, from cart list we can render this component. Okay, so we'll be okay, so we'll be mapping each item. So we'll be mapping each item and render this table row. Okay, so item name, item price, and item quantity. And inside this bottom we will be and inside this bottom array we will be showing the total price and total quantity. Okay, so first we need to check if cart list dot length greater than 0, then we will be rendering this, otherwise null. Okay, and in here we will be rendering the total price and total quantity. Okay, so let's see. Add some item, view all. Okay, something has. Okay, let's go to console. Use selector is not defined. Okay, let's import that also. Back, add some cart, view all. Yes, Cadbury, quantity 5, and this. Okay, and let's add some items, view all. You can see here pricing is it. You can see here we have price, quantity. Okay, and this is the total price. If we back, in here we have this. So let's remove some item from this cart list, and let's add some, and then we need to dispatch remove item action to delete some item from the cart list. Okay, so const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. So go to this delete button and we need to dispatch in here. So on click. Okay, dispatch, and we need to dispatch remove item. Sorry, we need to dispatch delete item. Okay, so delete item, and in this item we need to pass the item. Okay, and in this delete item we need to pass the item data. So let's check this, refresh it, back, view all. Let's delete this. Okay, it is working. Okay, the leads should have unique key. Okay, in products. Okay, let's go to product. Okay, so in here we need to add a key. Okay, product. Okay, we can use the product ID as a key for now. Okay, okay, refresh, back. Okay, add to cart, clear cart, view all. Okay, so everything is working fine. We have some minor issue like class name to class name. Okay, so let's copy this class name exact and replace all. Okay, refresh. Okay, if we go there right now, refresh it, nothing is there. Okay, so add to cart is working, clear cart is also working. Okay, so that's how our global state management is worked. Okay, and how you can share data between components and also manage store for different components. So let's revise it. So store Redux Toolkit is consist of mainly three things. Store, where we create some slices for each component. So for cart component we have cart slices, for product component we have product slices, and in this slice we have mainly two things: initial state, and to modify the state we have reducers, that are the functions to modify that state. To modify the data inside store, we need to dispatch actions. So actions are nothing, the functions defined in the reducer to modify the data, we call them actions. We can pass some data also inside actions, and we can get the data in the action.payload. To get the latest data from the store, we use selector hook to get the store data and the specific property. So in application, first we configure a store and add some reducers in it. So for cart slice, we just export reducers and add this inside our store and add this inside our store. And to access this store from any other component, we need to also pass this store in the global context. Okay, so in that main.js, we are using this context provider and passing the store inside here, so that we can access it from any other component with the use of selector hook. Okay, so if you use selector hook, you need to make sure that you are passing the store from the root element with the help of this provider. Okay, so this provider is also coming from Redux. So that's how the entire Redux state management is working. So in this tutorial, we just learned a basic thing regarding Redux Toolkit library and how we can use it inside our React applications. So in this tutorial, we just learned how we can use React JS Toolkit library inside our React application, and how easy it is to implement in our React application. It is obviously much more simple compared to Redux. So if you like this video, please like it, and please let me know in the comments how do you like this video, and if you want some more videos like this Redux JS Toolkit, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.